is Steve. I'm 48 years old. I live in Stoke Newton, North London, with my partner.
Hi, I'm Gill, and I live with Steve. JRS try and match you with someone that's appropriate. So I know that some households like to have dinner together every night and spend a lot of time together. We're a bit more relaxed and we tend to be a bit more off the cuff, and we all just get on with our lives. And so it's been great that JRS have always managed to find a refugee friend for us that's happy with the way we like to live, basically.
And we've had two, so we've hosted with JRS since the last couple of years, and we've now just with our second guest at the moment. And like Jill said, yeah, it's a really good, I felt like they've been really good matches, and they have a level of independence that matches our level of independence. So yeah, we're really grateful for that. When I came to the organisation, I was like, it appealed to me in lots of ways, because it was kind of small. I like small organisations. All the people were seemed very committed and knowledgeable, and you seem to have a lot of schemes that were set up which actually fitted with what people needed. So I was like, this is an organisation that's responding to need rather than big organisations which tend to provide a service which can be, what suits them. And then the benefits of it have been just having some structure and sort of like a partnership whereby we are able to provide the materials, things like the food and the place to stay. But the bit that's really helpful is the support of the guest to make sure they're okay. Obviously we have that relationship with them too, but it's a bit more formal in the sense that it's provided by JRS. And then we're also not having to worry about where people are going to live after they leave, which is really nice, because the people who was before were with us for 2 years or longer, and you're kind of almost in a situation where you don't know how to move people to the next stage. So just having a bit more structure and doing it a bit more formally has made it a less stressful experience.
I think we were quite attracted to JRS because it's quite a grassroots organisation. It's quite small, and it feels more like a family, and like everyone seems to really care about the welfare of the refugee friends, and I think that was really important to us. And yeah, the fact that the responsibility is shared rather than us trying to figure it all out ourselves, which can be really quite stressful and daunting. To have you guys there, JRS there to help us and to support us, I think is really important. And really, yeah, I don't know that we would do it without that kind of support.
And it's structured as well, so there's like the introduction meetings, and there's regular meetings where you catch up and talk about any issues. Amy Lee and JRS kind of are contactable if there was a problem. We've never had any problems, but if there was, there's someone to call. And everyone's very available and very supportive, so that's quite a nice safety net to be doing this sort of hosting. Yeah.
I think that you don't have to be of faith to have values about sharing and caring for people and wanting to share your good fortune with others.
No, I'm not a Christian. I share the philosophy whereby the person's place is the most important thing, the relationship with the person is the most important thing. And I think that's disappeared from a lot of our sort of institutions and organisations, and everything's become very professionalised. It's not to say JRS isn't professional, but they've managed to hold on to the importance of each individual. And whether you call that like the Holy Spirit, or you call it like someone's human, that's not important to me. It's just that the person is key and the person is central. So I like that very much about JRS, yeah.
I think one thing is to set out, and JRS have actually really helped us with this, is to set out some sort of agreed like guidelines, I suppose, about how you use the house, how you use in particular the shared spaces, the bathroom and the kitchen being the obvious ones. So we go to work in the morning, so it's really important for me to be able to use that bathroom at certain times. And so just establishing those kinds of guidelines, I think, are really, really helpful from the outset, rather than later on you have to bring it up. Oh, do you mind not using the bathroom then? I think if you get it all out up front, then that can be really, really helpful.
Yeah, I think for me it's about, it's quite useful, because when we started maybe I had quite a lot of expectations about how it would be, how the relationships would be, and maybe I had quite a fixed idea of how refugees are and so on, but just to realise that it's not really any different to having any one of your friends stay with you. I think it seems to me that people that stay with us generally just want to be treated like anyone else, want to get on with their lives, and if we can help that in some way, that's really beneficial. But I think, I guess I've sort of learned not to project too many of my ideas about what it should be like onto the situation. That's what I'm trying to do, yeah. We like having guests. So we lived previously in a 3-bedroom place when we had lots of guests, and we lived in a 1-bedroom place during COVID, and then after COVID we moved into a 2-bedroom place specifically to have a space for guests come, whether they're our friends or whether they're refugee friends or whoever they are, family members and so on. And I think for me it's based in the idea that I'm a very, very lucky person to be in the situation I'm in with my life and with the things I have, and it's just simply about wanting to share that, and I think that's against the backdrop of the hostile environment and the terrible things we see on the news every day about how refugees are treated, and the sense of injustice about that. What we do is insignificant in response to that, but it kind of feels like at least we're doing something to address it.
It doesn't really, sometimes it just doesn't really feel like anything at all, but I think, yeah, I think we recognise how fortunate we are that we live in a society, we've grown up in a society that is, in a country that's well off, and other people are just not that fortunate, and it's just not fair. And I think that if you have, the ability to share things, if you have enough stuff, it seems like, to me it's really important that you share it with other people that are not as fortunate as you.
This is how it starts, guys. You're really ready before you go.